Hello everybody and welcome to day 4 of preschool camp. I can't believe it's been a full week. It's crazy, but I have so much enjoyed having you guys here with us, and I hope you guys have had just as much fun. So today we are going to learn all about building and designing. And I don't know if you guys have seen before, but artists build and design lots of things. Some artists build and design houses or buildings. They're called architects. Some artists build and design sculptures that we see outside, and some artists build and design things to function and do things for them, and we're going to be doing that today. We're going to try to build what's called a pendulum. Pendulum is a really big word, but pendulum is just something that swings back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what we're going to be doing is swinging paint and seeing how it pours on our paper with our pendulum. So today's class is a little bit messy, which is so much fun, and we love getting messy in the studio. But before we get started, you might want to set the scene for messiness. So if you have some of the newspapers that are in the bottom of our boxes, you can lay out some newspaper to cover your table so it doesn't get too messy. Or if it's a nice day out today, it's a great time to take this project outside because it could get a little messy in the best, most fun possible way. So what we're going to need for the first project today to build our pendulum, we have our cardboard pieces in our boxes and some white cardstock paper for our paint to pour on. We have our paint containers that look like this. They might be a little separated, which is good. We're gonna mix those up in a little bit. We should have some hemp cord that looks like this, and a cup that looks like this, a little paper cup with some masking tape on the bottom. We wanna leave the masking tape on for now. And then we also have a wooden dowel. I'm using this pencil today because I left all my dowels at home, but you have a regular wooden dowel in your box that should work perfect for what we're doing, okay? So we're going to use all of these things to build a pendulum, and then we're going to pour and swing some paint. So go ahead and grab these things if you need to, press pause if you need to, and let's get started. Okay, so the idea is first that we have to build our support system that's going to hold our pendulum and our paint. So these are going to be the walls that hold up our pendulum. Now you'll notice there are some slits or some cuts in our cardboard that kind of move like this. And what we're going to do is slide a tall piece of cardboard with the hole at the top into the smaller piece of cardboard with the hole at the bottom. And we can kind of wiggle the pieces back and forth, but we want to do it gently and carefully, because if we do it too hard, we might rip our cardboard. If that happens, that's okay. Just have some tape close by and you can tape it back together. I actually did it yesterday. I was trying it again and I ripped mine and I had to tape it. So that happens sometimes. But the great thing is, once you've got them together, you want the end pieces pretty even and equal, and voila! It stands on its own. Pretty great, right? And you're gonna do that with both of our walls. So we've got another tall piece and another short piece. We're gonna wiggle them together on the cut edges, kind of pull it back and forth, and then we're going to press it straight down all the way until it reaches the bottom. I'm gonna straighten this side up just a tiny bit here. There we go. And if it's not standing totally straight, it's probably because I might have cut it a little bit crooked, but that's okay. There we go. So these guys are standing. I'm going to position them on top or over our white paper, okay? I think I'm going to turn this one this way so it's a little bit closer to this one. Now the next step is to take our wooden dowels and push it through the holes at the top. It should fit in nice and tight. My pencil is working pretty well, actually. Your wooden dowel would be longer, so you're gonna have more space between yours, which is a great thing. And that's it. Now we've got our structure to support our pendulum. Can you guess what we're going to do next? We're gonna use this cup and this cord, what do you think we might do? If you look at the top of your cup, and I just realized I forgot to do this to mine, you have 2 holes at the top of your cup. There should be one on this side and one on this side. And we're going to take our cord and press it through the holes. This takes a lot of fine finger strength. We need those fine motor skills. And we're going to pull it through like this. So our cup is kind of hanging from our cord. And the next step is that we get to tie this onto our dowel, just like this. You might need a grown-up's help to help you tie it in a knot or in a bow, but the most important thing is that we have this up high enough that it doesn't touch our cardboard down here. So we don't want it, we want it to be able to swing, and if it touches the cardboard, it's gonna bonk right into it and it won't be able to swing any farther. So we're gonna tie it up a little higher, so that way when it swings, it doesn't touch the cardboard, okay? So I'm gonna tie this in a bow. Maybe I'll tie it in a knot. Either way, you can tie it however you want. Just make sure that it won't bump into our cardboard below. Nice and tight, because it's really lightweight right now. Our, oopsies, our cup is not very heavy, but in a second, we're going to add paint to it that's gonna make it a little bit heavier. Okay. So we have a pendulum built. Look at this. Whoops. It blows right over. It's really lightweight right now. You might want a grown-up to kind of hold these supporting edges so that it doesn't tip over when it swings. But the good news is that our cup swings, which is awesome. And the swinging part is the part of the pendulum that creates motion and movement, and in this case it's going to swing paint around, which is so cool. So what we're going to do next, we need our paint. Here comes the messy part. You'll notice that these paint containers are kind of separate, and there's just water and washable tempera paint. So even though this is messy, grown-ups, the paint is all washable and non-toxic, and I promise it comes out of clothes, but we do need to mix it up first. So carefully holding the top of the lid, we're going to shake it until it all looks like it's one color. And we can do that with all 3 of our containers. See, this one's kind of separated. So we're going to shake it, make sure that the lid is on nice and tight. And then with the last one also, some of these are surprise colors because they're 2 colors in one. And when you shake it, it might change into a new color altogether because the colors mix, kind of like what we learned about yesterday with our Mix It Up book, right? So cool. Okay, time for fun. We're gonna take off our lids from our paint, and it is really watery paint, and what we're going to do is carefully pour a little bit of each color into our cups. So I'm gonna do a little bit of blue first, a little bit of yellow. Now you don't want to stir this inside the cup, so we don't need to stir it up with like a stick or a mixing tool. We're just going to pour it straight in, and you can do this with lots of little layers of color, or you could do big layers. It's up to you entirely. And I filled my cup about halfway full. You really could go even less than that because this paint is going to swing and drip onto our paper, and it's going to spread out. So a little bit goes a really long way. You definitely don't need to have a ton of paint in there. It doesn't have to be totally full. Mine is about halfway full, and it is so pretty. I love these colors together. Okay, so once you've got your paint in here, it is time for the next step. You'll notice that I am holding on to the base with one hand. Maybe your grown-up can hold on to the base with both hands. And very carefully, we're going to remove our tape. Now the tape is covering a hole on the bottom of our cups. So what do you think is gonna happen when we take the tape off of that hole? The tape's gonna pour out, isn't it? Definitely. So what I'm gonna do is quickly remove the tape, and then once I remove the tape, I'm going to swing the cup back and forth so my paint moves all over my paper. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh, here it comes. And now we're gonna swing. First my red's coming out. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. I'm gonna slide this over a little bit and notice that I'm still holding and supporting. Ooh, now my blue is dripping out. I don't know if you guys can see this really well on the camera, but I will definitely take a picture. Got some yellow coming through. I wonder if I can pull this off the rest of the way. There we go. And it's dripping out. It's so cool. This is kind of like acrylic pouring, but we're not using acrylic paint. We're using a washable paint. Oh, it's so pretty. There's still some paint in here, so there must be a little bit of a clog. You can shake it if you need to. Swing it some more. Ooh, I swung it right off my table, or my paper. Give it a little wiggle. Or if you, I feel like mine is kind of stuck, so I'm gonna use a pencil and just see if I can press it down. There we go. Perfect. Oh, it's coming through. This is really cool, actually. So the nice thing about this is that if you want to put more paint on here, you can either use this on the second sheet of paper, because I think we have 2 cardstock pieces of paper in there today, or if you've got space on this paper to add some more, you can just take some paint, pour it into your cup, and watch it drip through, right, as it swings. Oops, make sure it's supported. Oh boy, grown-ups, don't let go. Lesson number 1, although that did make for a really cool line. Let's try that again. Ready? There we go. For some reason, the blue is a little bit thicker, probably how much water we mixed in it, and so it doesn't come through quite as quickly as the other colors. But I'm gonna keep it swinging. These look so cool. Okay, fantastic. So when you're totally finished with this, all of your, if you want to keep your pendulum structure, you can, but you could also recycle it or throw it away. You can keep the paints and you can do other paintings with brushes and save it for another day. But otherwise, we're going to set this to the side. It looks so awesome. And we're going to let it dry completely. It's going to take a while because it is pretty wet and soggy, right? So we're going to let it dry all the way, and then once it's totally dry, we can hang it up like a masterpiece. You can also, one of my favorite things to do with artwork is to send it to somebody in the mail and show them that we're thinking about them. So this might be a really great art project to send to like a grandma or a grandpa or a family member or a friend, and just tell them that we're thinking about them and we wanted to share some art with them, right? So once you're ready, we're going to clean all of this up, kind of put it in a safe space to sit still and dry, and then come back to this video for one last building challenge. So right now is a great time to press pause, get everything cleaned up, and then when you come back for the building challenge, all we need are our toothpicks and our foam blocks, and that's it. It's a pretty easy, pretty not messy one to end the day with. So go ahead and grab those things, press pause, and I'll see you right back here. Okay, friends, really fast, I just made a super great discovery. So before we move ahead to the second project today, you have to see this. I had my paint, the swinging paint poured on top of this paper, and I went to pick it up to set it in a safe space, and it did something magical, and I have to show you. So as I lifted it, it started to move, right? And as it runs, look at how the colors mix. So you could even take your paper, let me see if I can turn it so that you can see it, and tip it so that the colors move and cover your entire paper. They do start to mix a little bit, but you can still see the lines where everything is separated. Whoopsies. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Can you see these? Feel free to try and press and turn and tilt your papers around so that you can see all of the different ways your colors move. It makes something super crazy and wild. Isn't that fantastic? And then once you get it to a spot that you like, you can set it down and let it dry. That was a really happy surprise. I had to share it with you guys. Feel free to give it a try at home. Okay, now we'll really jump ahead to project number 2. All you need for project number 2 is your foam blocks and your toothpicks. And this is a design challenge. So I am not going to show you how to do this today because I want you to try and figure out your best way of doing this challenge, okay? So you have toothpicks. There's 2 different kinds. There's some with pointy ends and there's some with flat ends. And you also have 2 different kinds of foam blocks. There's some blue ones and some white ones, and they all work a little differently. You'll notice that the white blocks are a little bit softer than the blue blocks, and the pointy toothpicks might go in a little bit easier to the foam than the flat toothpicks, okay? So the goal today is to use the toothpicks, press them inside the blocks, put another block on top of it, and try to build some sort of sculpture or structure. So maybe you want to try to build a doghouse, a pretend doghouse for a little doggy toy that you have. Or maybe you want to try and build your house and what it would look like. Or maybe you just want to build a really beautiful abstract sculpture that balances itself. Whatever you want to build, it's totally up to you. And the great thing about this too is that you can build and try to make things balance. And if you don't like it, you just take it apart and you try again. And you can rebuild things as many different ways as you want. So to end our preschool camp week, you have a design challenge to try and build some sort of sculpture or structure any way you want. I can't wait to see how these go. I really don't want to give you any prompting so that you have free and full creative freedom to build it however you'd like to do it. So excited to see how it goes. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, friends.